Hi guys, I've folded my fabric into two, so I'm taking my shoulder to shoulder measurement, which is 16 divided by 2. It's 8 inches guys. After folding the fabric, it gives us 8 inches. Then from the 8 inches I measured my sleeve measurement, which is 14 inches. Then this is the depth measurement now, from the shoulder to the neck depth, and it's 9. So from the center front to the width of the neck, I took in 3 inches. 3 inches. So from the neck width to the neck depth, front neck depth, you connect it. Guys, the bubble gown I'm working on is V-neck. I'll be using for this bubble gown. Then for the back depth now, I'll take in 1.5 inches for the back depth. So I'll connect it now from the shoulder, from my neck width to the neck depth of the back. So guys, this is my armhole, or you call it sleeve opening. I'm taking 9 inches from the shoulder to the sleeve opening is 9 inches. So guys, the next thing we are going to be doing now is taking our body measurement, and we're working on a bubble gown, so we'll be needing a lot of allowance. So from the bust to the hip, to every length you'll be using is your hip measurement. Then you add some allowance. The hip measurement I'm working on is 45 inches, so I added like 3 inches allowance to it. So you connect it from the sleeve opening to the measurement you took in for the hip on the bust line. So from the shoulder, now you're going to be measuring your shoulder down to your hip length. So from there you take in another 15 inches, because you need much allowance as it is bubble. You might even decide to add more, depend on your preference. So the length I'm working with is 60 inches long, and you add your allowance too for folding. Then from there you measure the same 15 inches you took on your hip, on your round hip measurement. You took it again on the down part of your gown. So you connect it now from the bust line to your gown, to the end of your gown. So do not forget, from your bust to the down, to the end of your gown, you're taking an accurate measurement. If you're taking 15 for your bust, that's what you take to the end of the gown. So now I'm confirming the whole measurement to see if it aligns with those I've shocked. So guys, just to make sure everything is okay. So I'll connect it again to the bust. Now guys, you know we are cutting both the back and front in one piece. So the first thing we'll be doing is cutting the neck for the back neckline. So guys, let's just cut this out now. So after separating it, the back from the front, I'm going to be cutting out the front depth line now, or V-neck. So after that, that's it for the neck depth. So after, we have to lay our fabric for our facing cutting. So we need a fabric which is crepe to cut out our facing, both the back and the front together. That's all we need right now to complete our bubble gown. So guys, this is the fabric. I'm using a crepe material for this bubble facing. So I'll be placing this fabric here on my bubble gown to make it look the style I want to make. So this is me here trying to make the facing accurate with my neckline, both the front and back. Remember, we are cutting it together. We don't have any seam on the shoulder part, so I'll get my pin now and pin this down before cutting it from the back and the front. So the next thing we'll be doing now is cutting out the facing for this bubble gown, and this is our fabric. The fabric we'll be using is, I'll get my scissors and cut it. Then guys, make sure you align it before cutting so that you will not make mistakes. When you're sewing it, it looks accurate. So this is me turning it now. Turn it to the other side. Yes guys, this fabric, just because we cut it together with the back neckline, isn't enough for our bubble gown, but we'll still need to put an additional material to the down parts. So this is me here to measure it from the back neckline to our chest neckline down to the end of our fabric. So we have to make sure it aligns and accurate with our measurements. So for the neckline, I'll be taking 3 inches, then ½ inches for the sewing allowance. to sew it down to our fabric. So I'll be taking 3.5 round the neckline. So the back neckline is a bit lower compared to the front, just because we don't need much of the fabric to be showing at the back of our bobo gown, so it looks beautiful. So for the neck is 3.5, and for the chest to the end of our bobo gown, I'm taking 4.5, because I want it to be 8. Remember, our fabric is on fold, so while I open it, it will become 8 and 5. From the neckline down to the end of the dress of our bobo gown, I'll be taking 4.5 inch down to the end of our bobo gown. 5 inches will be too big, so I'm using is 4.5 inches, so that after stitching it down we'll have 8. Remember, our fabric is on fold. So guys, this is it. I'm trying to align it all together to make it accurate before cutting it. Thanks for watching, guys. Please do help me subscribe and turn on your notification bell so as to get notified each time I upload a new video. Here is the final look of our bobo gown. Thank you, and I hope you love this video. Bye.